Hi guys, it's your girl Riveting Radiance, and today's video is going to be on how to conceive with PCOS. If you do exactly what I say and do it exactly how I say do it, I honestly believe it will increase your chances of getting pregnant. And I'm telling you this because this is what worked for me. Now, of course, everybody is different, and I'm not guaranteeing you anything, but you should definitely try this and see if it works. You know, my husband and I, we have been together since 2004. It is now 2013, so we've been together for almost 8 years. We've been married for almost 4. Well, for most of our relationship, we've had unprotected sex, and I have not been on birth control the entire time. I was very wishy-washy with my birth control. Sometimes I was on it, sometimes I wasn't. There were times where I'd forget to take it and so forth and so on, but we never have gotten pregnant. I first got pregnant when I was 28 years old. And the thing is, everyone with PCOS at some point in time has either A, been told that they're infertile, or B, have been told that they're not completely infertile, but they'll have extreme difficulty getting pregnant. A lot of times, in order to get pregnant with PCOS, you have to have some type of fertility treatment. It doesn't come natural. It doesn't come easy. You actually have to work at it. It's not something that's just going to just happen by mistake or happen on accident. That's not how it works with PCOS. So with me, you know, I had really, honestly, I think I had given up on the idea of like having a child. I had convinced myself I don't like children. You know, I wasn't a child person. Now it's a completely different story because I'm totally in love with my daughter. I cannot imagine my life without her. I'm sorry guys, I didn't expect to get emotional, but the reason why I'm getting emotional, let's get ourselves together. Let's bring it in. I know y'all better not be over there crying either, okay? I'm getting emotional because I really had convinced myself, like, I don't like children, you know, that they were a burden, they were an inconvenience, they were expensive, they were a nuisance, you know, they would hinder me from doing what I wanted to do and going where I wanted to go. And now that I have her, I wouldn't trade her for anything in the world. I don't care about any of that. It was a very life-changing experience for me. And in the beginning, I had postpartum. I still really didn't like her that much. But you know why? I think it's because it was so surreal. It was too good to be true. Like, I was still in denial. Like, I couldn't believe I had gotten pregnant and actually had a healthy pregnancy. And, you know, I had actually gave birth to her. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, and sometimes people put up walls to prevent themselves from getting hurt. And because it just seemed so good to be true, I didn't want to really believe that it was reality. Because I thought, what if it's really not reality, and then I get a taste of it, I love it, and then, you know, it's snatched from me. So I was still kind of in denial. So I wasn't really I didn't really take to her that well in the beginning, because you can imagine going from thinking you're infertile and not being able to have a child, and you've completely, you know, accepted that idea, to getting pregnant and having a baby. Yeah, some people would be really ecstatic and happy, but it was just very overwhelming for me. And but I think I just got off topic. What was I saying? Let's go ahead and get to what I did. What I started to do was I started on a weight loss journey, and it was a very strict, rigid, no nonsense regimen. And what I did was, number one, I only drank water. No tea, no juice, no milk, no coffee, no nothing. Water only. That's it. Also, I cut my calories to only 1,200 calories. I did not go to 1201. I did not go to 1200.2. I did not exceed 1,200 calories. The other thing is, I worked out Monday through Friday. Now, mind you, I only worked out 30 minutes, but I still worked out Monday through Friday. I had a membership at a Curves, which I love, the Curve circuit. And if any of you guys are out there, it's phenomenal. Like it's like Sinners. The music changes and you switch from one machine to the next one, and it's the machines are in a circle, and once you complete the circle, you're done. And it's 30 minutes, and you work every single muscle in your entire body. They have a machine for abs, for legs, for arms, for everything. And it's very self-explanatory. It's very intimate. It's very small and quaint. So yeah, if you want to join the Curves, then I would encourage it. Fourth, and this is the most important thing, and this is what I feel most people are going to trip up. Honestly, I think everybody else can do all of everything else I said, but I think this is going to be the tricky one. I did not have more than 24 grams of sugar in a day. 24 grams of sugar. That is extremely hard to do because everything has sugar. But with PCOS, our body does not break down sugar normally like other people's body does. Sometimes our body can't even differentiate the difference between good sugars and bad sugars, where some people can eat tons of fruit, bananas, apples, oranges, grapes, and watermelon and all that kind of stuff. We can't really do that. We need to cut back on the fruit. It's better than going out. If you have a sweet tooth and getting ice cream or a milkshake or a candy bar, you probably be better off eating a banana or, you know, some grapes or something. But at the same time, we cannot consume large amounts of fruit because it has a lot of sugar. And yes, they are good sugars, but our body sometimes cannot tell the difference between good and bad. I'm going to insert some snippets because I have a weight loss channel, and I did not know I was pregnant, and I was exhibiting every single symptom that pregnant women exhibit, and I was so convinced that I could not get pregnant. The funny thing about it is every single video on there I was pregnant. Well, from the very first video that I started taping, I was pregnant because I had started this little regimen and this journey before I started taping the videos, because I wanted to get really acquainted with my regimen and my routine. I want to get very comfortable in my routine before I started making videos about it. So I wanted it to be something that was like habit for me. It was second nature. It was something that I had been doing for a while and I had gotten super used to. So when I started making the videos, guess what? I was already pregnant. Pregnant belly. So yeah, so here's my pregnant belly. So yeah, so here's my pregnant belly. My nipples were hurting really, really bad when I was working out. I mean, it was like excruciating pain. It felt like somebody were pinching them, or either like pins and needles, and they were kind of like, they felt like they were on fire. I don't know how to describe it, but I just wanted to know if any of you ladies experience that. What is it from, and how do I cure it? I cannot continue to have my nipples hurt like that. No, I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. I have felt horrible. I felt like I've been hit by a Mack truck. I have no idea what it could be. You know, I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. I just, like, even right now, I have very low energy levels because I feel horrible. I have a headache, and most of the time I feel kind of just sick. Like, I don't know if it's considered nauseous, because I don't know if I feel like I have to throw up or anything. I don't know. I stopped my supplements. As you guys know, I was taking 2 different supplements, but I was feeling horrible. I was feeling like death warmed over. And one of my subscribers told me to stop taking those for a week to see if that was what was causing me to feel that way. And I kind of already knew that that's what it was. I think my body just didn't have a good reaction to those, and I think that they were working. The only thing is that you know, they were just upsetting my stomach and like giving me headaches and things like that. I have not taken a bowel movement in like a week. The last one I took, I actually had to take laxatives in order for that to happen. So that's really scary to me. I don't know what that's about. Also, my cycle did not come on in the month of November. So that's another thing. I don't know if it's because, you know, of this lifestyle change and my body is kind of like adjusting and getting used to all of the changes that's taken place, and so it kind of threw my cycle off. But yeah, my cycle didn't come on in November. So, you know, not only am I not having bowel movements, but my cycle didn't come on either. So it's like, I feel like there's a lot of waste on the inside of me, and it's just building up, and then that just is disgusting. Another thing you want to do too is take supplements, like multivitamins. You know, that's one thing that I was doing. I was taking multivitamins because I wanted to make sure I got all of my, you know, my nutrients and things in. Now, as far as the 1200 calories, I know you're like, wow, how do you even track that? Well, I use MyFitnessPal.com. I enter everything into MyFitnessPal. I did then. I don't do that anymore, but I might start again. I don't know. But I entered everything into MyFitnessPal, and it'll tell you, you know, if you can have that. MyFitnessPal tells you, depending on how many pounds you want to lose and how fast you're wanting to lose them, and you know, whether or not you're going to be exercising and how much water you plan on drinking. You know, it'll give you your specific caloric intake. So it'll say you can't have more than 40 grams of fat in a day. It'll tell you that you can't have more than 300 grams of cholesterol in a day. You can't have more than 165 carbs in a day. You know, it breaks it down. And if you go specifically by MyFitnessPal, then you should be fine. And they even have this neat thing where you can like scan a barcode and it'll just input the information automatically in there for you without you have to manually type it in. So those were the things that I did, and I immediately, and I mean immediately, got pregnant. It's worth a try, girls. Like I said, I'm not guaranteeing you that if you do this you're definitely gonna get pregnant, but I'm almost certain that if you do it, and you need to do it for, I mean, don't get discouraged. You need to do it, I would say, at the 90th day mark. Then you stop. Then you say, you know what? That's it. What you have to do in order for your PCOS symptoms to start reversing, you have to lose at least 10% of your body weight. Let's say, for example, if I was 240 pounds, then I would need to lose at least 24 pounds, and then I'll slowly start to see the symptoms reversing. The problem is that with PCOS, it makes it extremely difficult for us to lose weight. So you would think 24 pounds, oh, that's nothing. And you're right, it's nothing for a regular person. With PCOS, it's kind of like moving a mountain for us to lose weight. I mean, it's not like we can just do what everybody else does and then our weight is going to come off. That's why I hate when people be like, all you got to do is eat healthy, exercise, and da-da-da-da. No, we have to do a little bit more. It requires a little bit more for us. We have to step it up a whole entire notch. So that's why that worked, because I started losing weight. And that's another thing about the weight. It has to be consecutive. You cannot do this, lose a little weight, like a few pounds, and then go back to what you were doing before, and then start that again and lose a little weight, and then go back to what you were doing before. The weight has to be consecutive. So you have to continuously lose weight every single week. But that's what I did, guys. And just do it. Like, a group of you get together and do it together. I mean, be accountable, you know, with each other. Get some partners going, and I mean, You'll feel great. You'll look better. I have my beautiful daughter now, and I do have a pregnancy channel. For those of you who are interested in that, I always put the 2 links to both of those channels in the bottom description bar. I think too, because I wasn't actually focusing on trying to get pregnant, my main goal was to reach 130 pounds and to reach my goal weight and to be slim and trim and fine as wine. That I think that helps too. If you take your mind off of it, don't let this be a goal to get pregnant. Why don't you let it be a goal to better yourself and to get super healthy and get in the best shape of your life? Actually put your focus on a certain amount of weight that you want to weigh, or a certain amount of pounds that you want to lose, and that will shift your focus from getting pregnant to actually losing weight. And I think that helps too when you're not so focused on getting pregnant. So I hope this helped, guys. And honestly, I was not about to be doing a whole bunch of fertility treatments to get pregnant. I'm sorry, I was not up for any of that. First of all, it costs money, it costs time, it's too much disappointment involved, and I just wanted it to happen the natural way. I refuse. I say, you know what, God, if I can't get pregnant naturally, then obviously it's not meant for me to have a child. And you know, I just think that there's a more natural remedy to preparing your body and prepping it for conception, and that's what worked for me. Doing that too actually started to regulate my cycle. That was another thing. Like when I was working out and drinking water and, you know, and doing all of that, it actually started to regulate my cycle as well. So I hope this was informative. I hope this helped you guys. I hope it gave you some hope. And also comment below and let us know if you have PCOS and if you got pregnant, how you did it and what worked for you. Everybody with PCOS, not everyone has problems conceiving, but a majority of us do. And for me to have been with someone for 8 years and it took that long to get pregnant, that's a very long time. So imagine if I was actually trying and I was actually focused on that. I would have driven myself crazy. But yeah, I mean, I did it in the last year of my 20s. Talk to you guys later. Mwah.